I've been creating content for this channel for over a year now, so I thought it was a great time to look back at what we did so far and look ahead at what I'm planning to do, and maybe also answer some questions that you might have about me and about the channel. So first things first, my name is Jurgen and this channel is all about travel, photography and filmmaking, and all of those three things combined. Let's start with the first question, which is going to be all about photography, and that is, what are my photography goals? And that could be in general, but also just like for the next year. First of all, I'm really proud if I look back at this year, because this channel kind of started after my trip to Austria last year, when I was so motivated to start creating more videos and also take more photos, that I challenged myself to also keep taking photos when I was just at home in my own country, and that kind of sparked into this channel, which kind of forced me to go out there more often, take photos more often, and also try new things. So I got into street photography, and I made sure that I would at least go out on like a bi-weekly basis, and at the very least once a month. And that really helped me to stay active and also to, you know, find that passion and also find the motivation to keep going and keep challenging myself, trying different things. Now, if you follow this channel for a while, you'll know this, but if you're new here, I focus on all types of photography, and I want to try even more this year if that's possible. But I've really been focusing on two main things, that is landscape photography when I'm traveling, or also here in the Netherlands trying to go out to the beautiful landscapes and try to capture them in the best way possible. And on the other side, I've really started to get into street photography. And one of the challenges that I want to set for myself this year is to really go out there, out of my comfort zone with street photography, and really capture moments, like little stories, people actually doing stuff. I feel like I'm a little bit shy still, and I need to be less shy, especially with my photos, to capture the best stories and the best pictures possible. So that is one of the challenges that I've set myself this year, and you're probably gonna also see that in the channel, in the videos that I make for photography, that I'm going to be challenging myself more and more to get more bold with the shots that I'm getting. And besides that, I also really want to challenge myself to keep exploring all different types of photography, so I can really find my own style and my own preference in what photos I like to take. Of course, there will always be a lot of landscape and street photography, because that is what I usually tend to do, especially when I'm also out traveling. But I also want to experiment with different types of photography, maybe get into some portrait photography. I'm going to be shooting a wedding as well, maybe not photography, but video wise, but I just want to try different things. Also product photography, I think that would be really fun to get into, so probably you'll see more of that on this channel as well coming year. So for the second question, it's all about traveling, and that is, what is my favorite travel destination? And this is actually such a difficult question to answer, because I don't think I could pick even if I wanted to try. But if we're looking at this year, I've done quite a bit of traveling. Of course, a lot of catching up because of COVID. The years before that, I've been to Berlin and Barcelona for work, and then I stayed there a little bit longer to, you know, enjoy the cities and capture them for myself. And I've been to Switzerland, I've been on a trip to Germany, of course, hiking in the mountains, and I've done so many day trips in like the Netherlands, Belgium and Germany, all just to get out there and, you know, fuel that fire inside of me, the travel passion. So I've really been lucky this year, but if I would have to pick a favorite of those, it's definitely gonna be Switzerland. That country is just so beautiful. I had an amazing time there, also the longest trip of this year, so kind of easy to pick that one. And if I would have to pick an overall winner, like my favorite travel destination ever, is going to be very difficult. I do have a travel bucket list. There's lots of places that I still would like to visit. Canada, for example, I would love to go there, but also like Alaska and just the USA in general, I would love to visit that and just to explore different places, capture that. And then of course, completely different, Iceland is like one of the main locations that I would still love to go. The whole Scandinavian countries, I would love to go through all of them, like do a little road trip there, would be great to do that. But also something completely different, I would love to go to like a desert and capture content there, because it's so different to the places that I've been or normally go. But yeah, mountains are always high on my list when traveling is considered. Like mountains are just magical for me. So yeah, hopefully I've been really blessed in the amount of travels that I've been able to do this year. Don't know if I'll be able to keep that up like full time. Might be having to find ways to spend less money on them. I'm looking into ways maybe like going with my car and have a tent and save some money that way. But definitely excited to keep on traveling and keep on exploring. And then lastly, I wanted to look at my channel and what I've been doing so far and what I will be doing next. I've been heavily featuring photography on this channel, of course, and that probably won't go away. I really enjoy doing the POVs. I feel like I'm finally finding my voice and finding my style to make them, so I definitely plan on keeping those very regular, and I want to try to not post too many back-to-back POVs just because I want to make sure that I feature all the different kinds of content that I enjoy making. But of course, sometimes if I go someplace for longer, I might have some more POVs, so you might see them more often. But generally, I want to try to, you know, make sure that I change it up, also to keep it interesting for myself, but also to make sure that I focus on all my passions differently and I don't get burned out because I've been making POVs every week for a year. But definitely POVs will be a big part of that, but also different types of photography I want to explore, maybe some like tutorials or looks behind the scenes when I'm out shooting, and taking you along with the process that I go through when I'm there, not in a POV form, but more like a general behind the scenes vlog. And then for traveling, of course, I would love to make more travel content, still trying to figure out the best way to capture travel content and tell stories, so that as well will be an experiment for the next year. I just did the backpacking video. If you haven't seen that yet, definitely go check it out. And that was the first attempt of like having a travel video, like almost a diary of my travels, which will be great for me in a couple of years if I want to look back at it. So I definitely want to experiment with that as well. And then the filmmaking part, I want to be making more like films or videos, so just it could be anything basically. I just want to tell stories and capture them and challenge myself to capture them in better ways every time. So would definitely be really interested to make like some kind of like short documentary on the channel, or like more serialized videos maybe, you know, make a series out of it and have some episodes about the same topic or the same travel. Things like that are going through my mind, and I would like to experiment with that a lot more this year going forward. But definitely will all still be about photography, traveling, filmmaking, and I might take some creative liberties, especially for the filmmaking, to tell some stories. I mean, I did the Casey Neistat film course this year, and I made a video about the water taxis in Rotterdam, which I really enjoyed making. So I might want to tell more general stories just to flex that filmmaking muscle and make sure that I you know, keep that active and I keep challenging myself in that way as well. And that's basically the plans I have for this year. Thank you for watching so far. If you want to see anything more, click the videos on the screen, and hopefully I'll see you soon, because I definitely plan on posting every week for as long as I can keep that going. So let's start counting the streak.